Welcome everyone to the video, and today we are going over the two new characters that are coming out this month in the patch for November. We have Walder Frey and Roose Bolton. Roose Bolton will be the PvP reward for raid season and each week, and Walder Frey is going to be the King's Road character. So to start off, I will give you their skills and what they do, and then I will let you know if it's worth investing in them or not. So they are members of the Bolton faction, where bleed is more effective. Remember, bleed is when anytime an opponent uses their skill, they will take damage based on their attack and the amount of bleed. You can have 3 stacks of bleed. So Ramsey has got some help in some of the other Boltons in the game. Walder Frey is a mender, so he is a healer. And he is a team up tile with Roose Bolton for replacing bombs. And what happens is, when it's activated, this gem afflicts 2 random enemies with bleed. This is a very cool power-up. I'm not a fan of the bleed mechanic, but it is a good power-up if bleed becomes relevant. Let's explore further. Walder Frey has a normal speed move where he will heal all allies for 10% attack. Now remember, I did say that the Boltons have no healer. Well, now they have a healer. It's not a great heal because it's 10% attack, but it's a heal. And bleeding enemies are struck. They take 20% attack physical damage for 3 turns. So that's a damage over time effect of 20% attack for Walder Frey. The problem is that he's a mender. Menders don't have great base stats for attack. So it's probably going to be pretty weak. That's my guess. His leadership ability. Whenever an ally is defeated, if Walder is the team leader, all enemies are afflicted with 1 bleed and get a minus 5% attack debuff for 3 turns. At 5-star, it inflicts 2 bleed, and attack debuff is increased to 10%. You don't want your characters dying on your team, so I'm not a fan of this. However, at 5 stars, it can be good if someone does die to inflict 2 bleed. However, remember, bleed is only good for 3 turns, so someone could wait it out. Someone could just wait it out. It doesn't help you in events. Bleed does not help you in events. It's not a fast mechanic. It's mainly for PvP, and it's not even 3 turns. Max stack of 3. Alright, so let's continue. It's passive. For the first 10 turns of combat, anytime an enemy uses their skill, they take 30% attack physical damage. I'm not sure if that's 30% of Walder Frey's physical or their physical. If you get him at 4 stars, the first 10 turns of combat, anytime an ally uses their skill, they gain 15% resistance for 4 turns. Okay, so that's cool. So he buffs your team to make them tankier. And then at 6 stars, attack physical damage is increased to 50%. I don't know. Not really a fan. He's going to be King's Road. I wouldn't invest in him. There's better teams. He's going to do nothing for you in events. In PvP, I don't think it's going to be very useful to bleed. His heals aren't great. It's only 10% attack. Maybe it gets boosted and it's better, but I don't know. They want to push this bleed mechanic on us. Let's move on to the next. Roose Bolton. You're going to get him naturally for free for doing raid PvP battles in your rankings. You're going to get his shards. He's a strategist, also a member of the Boltons. And he has a fast speed move. He'll deal 150% physical to a random enemy. Random. Afflicting them with 1 bleed. If this attack strikes the leader of the enemy team, for each bleed on the target, the attack deals a bonus 75% physical damage and removes 1 buff. Okay. 150% physical is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a fast speed move, but it's random. It afflicts them with 1 bleed, but it's random. What if someone has 500 health left? You use the move, it kills that guy. You wasted all this on 1. You also have to strike the leader of the team for bonus damage and to remove buffs. There's not many buffs in the game yet that are worth removing. Maybe shields. Maybe if someone has a shield, that removes the shield, so they would kill my Baelish team. But I don't know. They have to use bleed. Okay. His leadership. If Roose is the team leader, he cannot be deceived. Now remember, deceived is when they can't use their skill. The Lannisters are masters of deception, so they use this. All Bolton allies become immune to attack debuffs at 5-star. He's putting me to sleep, this character. Whenever anyone is defeated, all of Roose's allies remove deceive. You're not going to use this. You're not going to use this. You're probably not going to get him to 5. Maybe you'll get him to 5-star. I don't know. Maybe if you want him. I don't know how long they're going to keep him in rewards. Probably not. Anytime a bleeding enemy uses their skill during the first 8 turns of combat, Roose has a 75% chance to remove a buff from them. Okay, so 8 turns. Anytime a bleeding enemy, so they need to have bleed on them. They need to have bleed on them. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's cool that they can remove buffs, but I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like these characters. I don't like them. They don't do anything for me. Do not invest. Do not invest. They are new, shiny objects, but bleed is not good for events. It's not going to be good for sustain modes. If they ever come out with an endless wave mode with White Walkers, which they could do, Zynga, you should make that, and more points and harder each wave. There's no sustain. You have Walder's move, but he dies and you're done. No way to protect. Bleed isn't great. 150% physical is pretty good for a strategist. But it's random. These guys are putting me to sleep. It's late. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Comment below. Let me know what you think. This is the new Kings Road and PvP character for the month of November. I will talk to you guys next time.